Right, what you see here, I'm able to ping from CE1, which is in the left, to CE2. This is CE2's address. Let me show you that. On CE2, show IP route. You can see on the loopback 0, 2222 is connected. I'm able to ping from this site to the remote site. Same way, I can ping 11111, you see, through BGP I have learned here. And I'm able to ping from here to the site in the left. It is because I have a layer 3 MPLS VPN in the middle. Let me show you that. In Juniper, it is very nice. When you type show route, you will see all the route including BGP forwarding table. You see, this is a default routing table. What you see here is a default routing table. This 222 is not the 222 which I am pinging from the customer. This is OSPF 222, which is a service provider 222. If you go down, you see these are all MPLS forwarding plane. So it is LDP given forwarding plane. Now go to the instant, the routing instant, which is called as VRF. See, this 222 is what we learned from the remote site. Administrative distance is 170 in Juniper. Administrative distance for BGP route is 170. Okay, right. See, for OSPF it is 10. Now, these are all BGP learned route under, here. Yeah, here. You see, via VPN, we have learned this network 222. Not only that, I have also learned 192.168.200.0. Where is 200.0? It's the remote site. 2222 is the loopback of CE2. 200.0 is the network connecting between CE2 and PE2. So I have learned both the networks with this distinguisher, totally 96-bit. All right, let me show you. Okay, before that, look at these labels. 16 is one label, and the VPN label is this. Sorry, transport label is this. 16 is the service label. Service labels are also called as what? VPN label. And if you notice, both for 22222 and for 192.168.200, the label to identify is 16 only. Even though the network is different, it is coming from the same site, CE2. These two are from CE2. Am I right? CE2. These two networks are coming from here, and I'm showing you here on PE1. I'm showing you these two networks. And for both the networks, the label is same. I want to tell you why you got the same label. It is because I have configured to give the same label. Let me show you that. This is the one. Set VRF table label. All right. go to the VRF and say VRF table label, meaning for this customer, only one label. All the networks of this customer will be provided one label. Why you need more labels? Not necessary. Whether you have multiple labels for each network, a separate label, or one common label for all network, it is going to go to the same customer. So we give this command. Set route instant cust1 is the VRF name, VRF table label. That is the reason why I'm having same label. This, you know why it is same label, because it is going to 2222 PE router. I mean PE1, it goes to same PE2, which is identified as 2222. So the label will be same. This label is same. That's the reason for that. This is for PE1 to go to PE2. That's the top label, VPN label. No, sorry, not VPN label. The transport label. What is transport label? The label that is used to switch from here to PE2. PE2 is 22, 22, 22. To go to 22, 22, this is the label. That is the top label. After reaching there, this top label will be popped off and only this label will be visible. That makes this edge router to understand this is for CE2. If you have another customer, for that customer, there will be another label, maybe 17. All the networks of that customer will have 17. See, I did not type any special command to see this. I simply type show route. It shows all VRF route, all routes of the default routing table. See, this is default routing table. You will also see 22 in the default routing table given by OSPF. And this is the VPN, this is the LDP label, LDP router IDs, INET, IPv4. And then this one is MPLS table. We used to say show IP, show MPLS forwarding table in Cisco. You don't need to type all those separate commands like that. You can simply type show route and you can see all the label. You see, for your own connected network, the label will be 3. Do you have any label number 3 here? You don't have any label number 3 because locally we don't advertise any network to be. And these are all learned from another router which has got labels. And all that is learned through VPN will have VPN here. This is what the customer's label. If you have another customer, there will be another VPN, another label. We don't have multiple customers, only one customer. Right? So, you see, local preference, origin IGP, all those informations. AS path, it's coming from autonomous system 20, BGP 20. All right, so the configuration is very easy to understand in Juniper. You go under the protocol, enable the protocol like OSPF, MPLS, LDP, and then BGP. And then after you verify OSPF and then MPLS, then you go to VRF, VPN stuff. Means VRF connecting to VPN, route instant. And this is the interface of the provider facing interface. See, G001. This is how we map. If you don't have license in the Juniper device, you will not be able to assign this physical interface, only loopback you will have an option. Mine is licensed. I showed you 90 days evaluation license I have already put. That's why I'm able to do this. And then the route distinguisher, I'm saying 11 colon 100. Now in the routing table I showed you, along with the route, you have the route distinguisher. This shows from where it is coming. This is coming from the remote CE router. It has come to this table because of route target that won't be seen here, but it comes from where? From which routing table? See, 22 colon 100 we have configured on PE2 as a route distinguisher. Show config. If you go down to route instance section, you can see that 22 colon 100, which you saw here. Because this is the router that is advertising those two networks. Show route advertising router, advertising protocol, BGP. Okay, I have to mention the neighbor. Okay, the neighbor is 22, 22, 22, 22. Okay. Okay, this shows what all we advertising. We are advertising these two networks. Next stop is self. In Cisco it used to show 0.0.0.0. Here it shows a self. These are the two networks that we advertise to 22, 22, 22, 22. And I don't want advertising route. Do I have a learn route command here? If not, there will be okay. Receive protocol, yeah. Receive protocol BGP from here. Address is 22, 22, 22, 22. Okay, cool. It shows here that these are the two networks, and I'm running with this route distinguisher from there. All right. So if you want to see by typing show IP route, that is fine. You can also specifically say that I want to see only the BGP routes and from this particular neighbor. And when I say detail, or let me say all, when I say all, I should see more info. Actually, I'm trying to see the communities, but I don't want to mention it as community. The BGP table itself can show community. Because the route targets you, if you want to see, it will be there in the community. That's what I'm trying to see. Let me say detail, because in Cisco when you put detail you will find That's it. Nice. So this network 2222 is coming from this PE router with this originator's route distinguisher ID, and this is the route target community. I told you, route target that is used to identify the remote site where to deliver this update. And the VPN label given for this is 16, and it is coming from the autonomous system 20, and you are learning from local IBGP neighbor, so you got local preference. Very nicely shown. Right. So I think there is no need to do this lab, and because this is not Juniper training, but I have explained to you that it's same. If you know Cisco, you know Juniper. If you know the concept, you can manage. This is the command I will use to clear all the configuration in in Juniper. And if I want to redo and show you, but I'm not going to do that. That was the plan earlier. But I think I have shown you enough of information that you need to know that if I know Cisco, I can manage any other vendor. You want to ask any question, you may ask.